Good morning, Pre-K superstars. Welcome to our online learning video for today. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. First, we are going to go over our online learning rules. 1, play and talk quietly. Even though we are not in the classroom, you are still indoors. And when we are indoors, we do not shout. 2, share toys and learning materials. Maybe some of your family members need to use the same toys or tools that you are using when you are learning and playing, so remember to be kind and share with them. 3, always clean up after yourself. Next time when you need to use those same materials, you'll know exactly where to find them if you clean up. If you don't clean up, your things are going to get lost, and next time you're going to be really sad when you can't find it. That's why we clean up. 4, be kind. Listen to your teacher and family members. We have rules to keep your body safe. We want you to stay safe because we love you, so remember to follow our rules. 5, try your best. Even when things are really challenging or hard, we do not give up. We try and try again. Morning meeting and morning message. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Good morning, Pre-K superstars. Today is Tuesday. Today, we are going to talk about an important group of people in history called Native Americans. Love, Miss Guzman. All right. A few months ago, around Thanksgiving, we talked about a group of people called Native Americans. There are still Native American people today, but we learned about a special period of time a long, long time ago in history when the Native Americans lived differently than we do today. So we're going to talk about the Native Americans a long, long time ago in history. And they were really important to the United States of America, where we live now. So it's important that we learn about them and that we review it because we already learned about them, but that was several months ago. So today we're going to review everything we learned about the Native American people. All right. First, we are going to go over the letter of the day. Here is our letter of the day. Look at it and think. What letter is this? Exactly, this is the letter G. G, G, G. Make the G sound with me. G, 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 G. Exactly, in our letter sounds song, it was like we were drinking water. G, G, G. Perfect. Now we are going to sign the letter G. Take your first 2 fingers. I'm going to take my hair tie off. You take your first 2 fingers, you cut them together, and you point them up. It should look like this, like this, but we're going to flip it up. G, 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 G. Beautiful. Now I want you to think, who has the letter G? Think, do you have a letter G in your first name? Do you have a letter G in your middle name? Or do you have a letter G in your last name? Do you have an uppercase G? Or do you have a lowercase g? Let's see. Ooh, it looks like Darwin Gomez has an uppercase G. It looks like Maliani Sanchez Gonzalez has an uppercase G. And Miss Guzman also has a letter G, an uppercase G. And I see that only one person in our classroom has a lowercase g, and it is Mia. Mia's middle name is Anjali, and in Anjali, she has a lowercase g. Awesome job, everybody. We're going to be moving on to our shape of the day. Let's look at this shape. Let's count the sides and count the corners. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and I see 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. This shape has 4 sides and 4 corners. All of these sides look short, 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 short. This shape has 4 sides and they are all short, 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 short. What shape has 4 short sides? Exactly. This looks like a square. Our shape of the day is a square. And what color is the square? Perfect. Exactly. This is pink. This square is pink. Now look around your house. Do you see anything that's pink? I see that my watch has a little bit of pink. You might not be able to see it super well. I see that the hair tie that I just took off is pink. It's a little bit pink. Do you see anything pink? All right, keep searching. And for our number of the day, first, let's count the smiley faces. We are counting together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, I see 10 and 2 more. 10 and 2 more. We have the number 12. When we have the number 1 and the number 2 together, that makes the number 12. 10 and 2 more makes 12. All right, let's count to 12 together. Show me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great job. 10 and how many more? 10 and 2 more. Exactly. That makes 12. All right, now we are going to sing the days of the week, the months of the year. We will do our calendar, and then we will move on to talking about the Native American people. Days of the week in 3, 2, 1, 0. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 All right, great job. I know that yesterday, the day of the week, was Monday. If yesterday was Monday, what day is today? There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday. Exactly. Wow, you all are so smart. Today is Tuesday. Great job. Now we are going to sing the months of the year in 3, 2, 1, 0. There's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Come on, you try. Great job. All right. Right now it is still April. The month is April. The year is 2020. We decided that today is Tuesday because yesterday was Monday. And after Monday comes Tuesday. Yesterday was day 20, and the number that comes after 20 is 21. That means that today is Tuesday, April 21, 2020. And when we are reading the date, instead of saying 21, we say 21st. So Let's say the dates together. It is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Great job. And I forgot that we had to do the kindergarten ready song before we talked about the Native American people. I apologize. So we are going to sing our kindergarten ready song and then we will move on. Kindergarten ready song in 3, 2, 1, 0. We do our work to learn. We work to grow our brains. We will be kindergarten ready. Fantastic job. To celebrate, we are going to do the hamburger cheer. Remember, when we do the hamburger cheer, we flip, flip, flip. We check to see if it's ready. It's not ready. We keep flipping. It's still not ready. We flip, 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 and then it's done. So we say, well done. Hamburger cheer in 3, 2, 1, 0. Not done. Not done. Well done. Great job. And we are getting started with our story about the Native American people. I'm just pulling up my iPad so that I have the words to read. And before we get started, we're just going to talk a little bit behind why we're reading this story. Last week, when we talked about the president of our country and the flag of our country, I told you that we live in a country called the United States of America. Say that with me, the United States of America. That is the country where we live. You also live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but that is your city and your state. The country that we live in is the United States of America. The Native American people lived in the United States of America a long, long time ago. The United States of America is a really large country. That is why you are in Oklahoma right now, and I am in the state of Illinois, and we are several hours apart. If we drive to each other, it will take us about 10 hours. That's a long time. And you can drive even further because there are a lot of states. There are 50 states in the United States of America. It's a really large country. All right. And the Native American people lived in several of the states. There were Native American people that lived in Oklahoma a long time ago, and there were also people that lived in Illinois a long time ago. And they were all in different tribes, in different nations of Native American people. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about how your life today is different and similar from the life of the Native American people who lived a long, long time ago. Because several things have changed. All right, I'm going to start with the words. We live in a country called the United States of America. In the United States today, people like to talk on the phone, shop in the grocery store, play on computers, and watch television. I see that they're talking on the phone. They're shopping at the grocery store. Maybe they're watching television because I see that this girl has a remote control in her hand to change the channels. And it looks like this boy is playing on his computer, or maybe he's learning on his computer like you are right now. Raise your hand if you have ever done any of these things. Have you ever talked on the phone? I've talked on the phone. I've also gone to the grocery store. Right now, I'm using my computer to film this video. And last night, I was watching the television with my family, and I used a remote control to pick which movie we were watching. All right, we're moving on. Some people in the United States live in big cities with tall buildings and lots of traffic. Some people live in the country where there is lots of green grass and people drive tractors. You live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Miss Guzman is currently in Chicago, Illinois. Tulsa is a city, but Chicago is an even larger city. In downtown Tulsa, there are a few buildings, maybe like 10 buildings, 10 tall buildings. In Chicago, we have a lot of very, very tall buildings. They're called skyscrapers. And I know that in construction, when you're at center, some of you like to build skyscrapers, really, really tall towers. In Chicago, we have a lot of very tall towers, very tall buildings, skyscrapers. But some people live in the country. Here is a country, and here is a city. In the country, there is a lot of grass and mountains, and sometimes in the country, people have farms with horses and cows and chickens. A lot of different animals can live on a farm. In the country, people can have farms. Sometimes in the country, people grow vegetables and sell them to big grocery stores. Now, I know that you probably remember a story where we learned about cities and countries. Exactly. We read a story about the city mouse and the country mouse. Great job. Do you remember where you live? Do you live in the city or do you live in the country? Yeah, you live in a city, just like Miss Guzman. Great job. In the United States today, there are many, many towns and cities. There are many people, cars, and buildings, but things in the United States were not always the way they are today. This is a picture of a very busy city. This looks like New York City. Say it with me. New York City. Yep, exactly. New York City. And New York City is very, very busy. There are a lot of people, a lot of cars, and a lot of very tall buildings. New York City also has a lot of skyscrapers, just like Chicago. All right, we're moving on. Long, long ago, long before your mother and father were born, and even long before your grandparents were born, the United States looked very different. There were no phones or computers. There were no tall buildings. There were no cars or tractors, and there were no grocery stores. Not as many people lived here. In this picture, I see a lot of tall trees and an animal. Who knows what animal this is? Yep, this looks like a deer. And do you see any cars? No. Do you see any tall buildings? No. Do you see any people? No, there weren't a lot of people like there were in New York City, in the picture of New York City. Right here, I see a lot of people. In this picture, I don't see a lot of people. A long time ago, there weren't a lot of people that lived in the United States. Yeah, there are no cars, no buildings, no people, and it looks like there are no grocery stores. All I see is trees and this deer. Let's keep learning more. In that time, long, long ago, 400 years ago, there were trees and rivers. There were rocks and mountains. There were wild animals like deer and birds. The only people who lived here way back then were Native Americans. I see the deers, and the other animals that lived here were birds. There were deer and birds. There were a lot of trees and rocks and mountains. And the people who lived here a long time ago, 400 years ago, were the Native Americans. Exactly. This person is a Native American. Native Americans are the only people who lived in the United States a long, long time ago. Do you remember when I said earlier about how things were different long, long ago? What did I say about computers, cities, and grocery stores long, long ago? Do you think Native Americans played on the computer or learned on the computer? Do you think that the Native Americans lived in cities with tall skyscrapers? Do you think Native Americans shopped at the grocery store? No, probably not. Remember, because their lives were different. Native Americans knew many things about how to live here way back then. They knew how to plant seeds in the ground and grow corn, pumpkins, and beans to eat. They knew how to hunt deer and turkey. They knew how to catch fish to eat. Wow, the Native Americans knew so much. Their brains were huge. They knew how to grow food and how to go hunting. Right here, I see that these people are doing something. What does it look like they're doing in the picture? Yep, I see that they have some pumpkins and some corn. They are probably harvesting the corn because it looks like they're taking it off the plant. Remember, when we take a fruit or a vegetable off of a plant, that is called harvesting. They are harvesting the crops, the corn that they grew. Remember, they knew exactly how to do it. They took a seed, they dug a hole in the ground, they put the seed in the ground into the soil, they covered it up, they watered it, and then the plant grew. When the plant grows, it grows flowers, and the flowers grow vegetables and fruits like corn and pumpkins. The Native American people also went hunting for animals like deer and turkeys. And then they would come back with the turkey or the deer and they would cook it and they would make really yummy food out of it. There is also something else that the Native American people did. What else did they do for food? Exactly, they went fishing. Fishing was another food source for them. In the river, they would find fish to cook and also eat. How many of you have ever eaten fish? Put your hand on your head if you've ever eaten fish. Yep, I've eaten fish. Fish is really yummy. All right, a long time ago, remember there weren't any grocery stores like we have today. The Native American people had to grow their own fruits and vegetables. They had to grow their plants and their fruits and vegetables would grow on the plants. And they went hunting for meat like turkey and deer, and they also went fishing. Several months ago, we talked about what this was called, a long stick with a point to go fishing. Do you remember what that was called? A long stick with a point at the very top to help the Native Americans go fishing? Yep, that is a spear. Spear helps the Native Americans go fishing. so that they could catch the fish from the river. I'm sorry, I locked myself out of my iPad. There we go. Native Americans also knew how to build houses. Some Native Americans used materials they could find, like branches, tree bark, and animal skins. They knew how to make baskets out of straw. They knew how to make clothing from the skins and furs of the animals that they hunted. They knew how to use fires to cook their food. Native Americans long ago lived very differently from the way we live today. The Native American people made their own baskets. Baskets are something that we use to hold things. They made their own clothes, like shirts and pants and dresses. They made their own shelters, their own houses. And I'm not sure that we talk about them in this section, but remember, these shelters are called teepees. They they used the materials that they find from going hunting and from the forest, like tree bark and tree branches, the little pieces that fall off the tree trunk, to make their shelters. They also used animal skins, like deer skin and maybe turkey skin. I'm not sure if they use turkey skin, but they probably use deer skin to help make their clothes and their shelters, the walls of their shelter. They also knew how to make a fire. The fire helps them cook their food, like the fish that they found when they went fishing. The fire cooked their food, and they knew how to make fire using wood from the forest. The Native American people were so smart and talented. They knew exactly what to do to survive a long time ago. Because remember, they didn't have grocery stores to go shopping for food, and they couldn't go to Target and Walmart to buy clothes like you do. They had to make all of their things because there were no stores for them to go shopping at. And that was the end of our story. I want you to stop and think. Stop and think. How is your life today different than that of Native Americans? How is it similar or the same? I want you to think about your shelter. Does your shelter look the same? Are your food sources the same? Do you go hunting and fishing like the Native American people did? Do you go to a grocery store? Where do you find your clothing? Do you go shopping for it? Does your family help you make it at home? Yeah, maybe some things are the same and maybe some things are different. Think about what is the same and what is different. All right, it is time for our closing circle. We are going to sing our goodbye song and then we will close out for the day. Goodbye song in 3, 2, 1, 0. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink an eye. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. Great job learning with me. Tomorrow we are going to be doing a Zoom call so that we can see each other face to face like we did on Friday. So I will be sending out the link later today so that you can join our meeting tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and you can chat with me, and I will chat with you, and we will learn together. It is going to be a great time. Thank you for watching my video today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.